Guys, can you see my screen and can you hear me? We are waiting for others to join, guys, and then we'll start maybe in a minute. I have been checking your practicals and assignments, whoever has completed. I think most of you are getting it properly. Obviously, few errors and few improvements were there. We'll work on them. जिनका भी check कर लिया, I have already deleted those resources. So Jafar bhai, I haven't checked yours, Anna, I haven't checked yours yet. So I think these are the only two I need to check. Rest I have checked and I've given you guys feedback accordingly. I hope all of you can see my screen and can hear me, right?
हाँ भाई.
Okay,
Yes.
we are waiting for others to join. Meanwhile, do we have Amit? Amit, I have checked yours, right? I have shared the feedback with you. Same with Johi and Yogesh is still not there. I shared the feedback with him. Irfan's I have done already. Okay. I have many questions here about the quota limit. While creating two issues, I got different points. Data center capacity was low and regional quota for free subscriptions. Yes, quota will be there. Handy for further practice, maybe I'll give you access on my subscription. You won't face any quota issue here at this account. But with free subscriptions, yes, you will get quota request or quota issue. And whoever is a part of Henty's subscription, maybe they will also face this problem. But I told you guys that this is just to understand it. Okay. So let's wait for 2 more minutes and then we'll start. Meanwhile, anyone has any questions? जितना हम लोगों ने अब तक cover किया है उसमें, or anyone who while creating machines, if you guys faced any issues other than this quota and region नहीं मिला या फिर size नहीं मिला, those are completely fine. वो actual environment में भी आपको कभी ऐसा नहीं होगा कि जो user या customer ने मांगा है exact size आपको मिल जाएगा. That won't happen. So you will have to give कुछ आसपास का उसको देना पड़ेगा. ऐसा नहीं होगा कि exactly जो मांगा है वो मिल जाएगा. That won't happen. Okay. Meanwhile, I'll check this machine. But I see others are working on this. Others are joining. They're still joining. We have a minute. So this is Jafar's Bhai's machine. One thing we had to take care of is size, operating system. I needed in public. I needed an IP. So here it is. Location, region. We decided. I gave few conditions. So we'll check that. Other than this, I see many of you goofed up at here at disk level where I requested this is good. I'll have to just check if I requested standard HSD here or premium SSD. Few requests had premium SSD if you had standard HDD, if you had premium HDD, but I think many of you mixed up here. Few of you, they have done well here. One of the practical I saw, I requested 5 disks of 10 GB each, and then I saw here 16 GB were provisioned. So I'm not sure if they did it from here or they did it while creating the machine. I guess you did it while creating the machine, hence you did not get an option. So I'll show it to you. Okay, how we can resize it. वो भी हम देखते हैं एक बार. What else? Let me check. Let me take a few more questions here. I saw a few questions on group. Okay, I think yes. Others I have answered personally, जिनके भी questions थे, and then size we have already discussed, and I hope you guys got the script to turn off the PowerShell script to turn off the firewall. I hope you guys got that and you applied it, right? Other than that, availability is set wherever I requested. I'm not sure if you created. I'll check this. I'm not checking this properly, Jafar, as of now. I'm keeping those machines and I'll check and then I'll let you know. While creating, there was only 16 GB. I did not get option for 10 GB. Did anyone else face this problem? I think yes, this is Henty, right? So another one was 16 GB. There was one more, Juhi. So
Yes,
while
it was
creating,
me.
yeah, let me show it to you. We'll check how it goes. And I hope wherever I asked for availability zone, you people did select availability zone, and whenever I requested for availability set, you did select availability set and created. One of the practical was there, they created a availability set that was done well, but here I do not want anything. Sorry. Did you guys, by the way,
So
try
Sohail,
to?
one question.
Yes, please ask.
Under disk, while selecting the size, let's see, for example, we are just getting the option of 16 and we created that virtual machine. We do have that option that we can go to our virtual machine and then we can edit, which you just saw in the earlier machine. Is that right?
Edit
Is
as
this the
in
way to update?
reduce or increase?
Yes. Instead of 16, if I have to update it to 10, can I go there and do the editing part?
Yes, you can. We'll see that, but not
Okay.
OS disk cannot be decreased. Operating system disk.
Oh.
Now, I hope by now you know the difference between
Mhm.
OS disk and data disk, right? So data disk can be increased or decreased. OS disk can be increased, but it can never be decreased.
Okay.
And let me see. I'll have to check if this can be decreased. काफी change होते रहते हैं वैसे चीजें. We'll see it right away. We'll see. So we'll get the answer. So let's say you selected this 16 GB, right? So the moment you
Right.
select 16 GB and you click OK, this is how it looks. So yes, you guys did it while creating. And here it is, guys. Disk SKU. SKU का मतलब होता है stock keeping unit. मतलब किस variant में चाहिए आपको. So here for few machines I requested standard HDD. Few machines I said standard SSD. Somewhere I said premium SSD. So few of you are good with this. I checked, it was good, but काफी लोगों ने इसमें goof up कर दिया. I think जो by default option आ रहा था, you did not look here. So you haven't changed. So make sure that you change it here. Okay, now what is this LRS? We'll read this जब storage का topic आता है तब हम इसको पढ़ेंगे अच्छे से. Okay, so let me, here it is. While creating also, if you scroll it down, I selected 16 GB. Okay, I selected the disk of 16 GB. I selected the disk of 16 GB and I scroll it down and I can, let's try changing it to 10 GB and well,
Oh,
press
okay.
OK.
Got it.
Okay, and this is again a different thing. We'll discuss this later, but I think it is very self-explanatory कि किस तरह का performance चाहिए आपको. But yeah, this you will get. And let me try hitting OK. Now if you see, I've got a disk of 10 GB. Yeah, you got it right, Auntie and Juhi, both of you. So I click OK. That's okay. We don't have to create the machine, but I hope you guys got it, how to get it 10 GB. Now coming back to your question, if there is an existing VM, let's say this VM. Okay, I'm not sure if this has extra disk. It doesn't have. Okay, let's go. This disk example, this is our operating system disk. It is clearly written here, operating system disk. If I click here, operating system disk, and go to size and performance. What is the size of that disk as of now? Yes, what is the size? Yeah, I'll show it to you again. I think it was 32 GB, 30 GB. Okay, I click on this disk. I click on size and performance of the disk. It is 32 GB as of now. If I come here and if I try to make it 28, if you see, it doesn't give me an option to resize, right? And instead of that, if I make it 128, it is still not giving me an option to resize. So very first thing to remember is whenever you are making any changes in your operating system disk, your machine should be turned off. Running machine में आप नहीं कर सकते. So I'm not sure if this is it is how, where can I check the machine whether it is running or what is it? What are the status did we read and what is the current state of this machine? I mean, it is already there on the screen, but if anyone could tell me. Yes, guys, is it what is the current status of this machine?
Status is running.
Running. So it is running. I cannot do that, right? So I'll have to shut it down. I'll shut down the machine. So once the machine is down, here it is stopping the virtual machine. It is still in progress. Meanwhile, others, I hope you guys got it, that how to add a disk while adding, how to resize it, and how to check SSD and HDD. Anyone has any question in that? Yes, guys, anyone with disk sizing, resizing?
No, why? Why was this correct? The set one from build sheet that I created.
No, I haven't checked that yet. I'll check. Yes, guys, one more thing. If I'm giving any assignments, please try to make it thoda sa pehle, otherwise ये last moment तक मुझको नहीं check करना पड़ेगा. I'll also make sure that if I say some assignment, I'll give it to you right away after classes. यहाँ पर मैंने भी काफी लेट दिया, but you guys still had some time. अगर आप लास्ट मोमेंट पे करोगे तो मैं उसको चेक करने में टाइम चला जाएगा एंड देन आई वोंट बी एबल टू गिव फीडबैक. अगर मैं बाद में चेक करूंगा तो वो ये फीडबैक ही नहीं मिलेगा एंड वी वोंट बी एबल टू डिस्कस दोस थिंग्स. लाइक नाउ आई डू नॉट नो कि इसमें इस मशीन्स में क्या इश्यूज है. I'll check them and maybe I'll share the feedback with you guys later. Don't delete this. I'll check and delete them. Basically, I have told you guys that on a monthly basis, we get 7,000 rupees in this account, and it's last day of this month. So अगर इसको मैं अभी on भी रखता हूँ, तो it is not going to exceed my, और कल ये जो है renew हो जाएगा. So make sure you keep these things in your mind. तो आज अगर on रखते हैं दिन भर भी तो भी कोई issue नहीं. Still, I'll check them and then delete them. So this machine is turned off now. Again, I'll go to disk. I click here. This is my operating system disk. I hope you guys are getting right. I'm clicking fast, but I hope you guys are getting it clearly. So I go to size and performance. 32 GB. If you see now, the resize button is, let me make it 28. Do I see the resize button? Even the machine is off. And if I go to 64 GB or maybe 35 GB, जितना भी था उससे ज़्यादा, I have my option available. So what is the outcome here? That operating system disk, if you have to resize that disk, machine has to be shut down. That is the first outcome. Okay, machine has to be shut down. You cannot do it in running machine. Plus, even if the machine is shut down, you cannot reduce a disk. You can always increase it. You cannot decrease the size. This applies only for operating system disk. Is it clear, guys? Anyone has any issues with this or any question? See, it has been updated successfully. Now I will have to log in, and from operating system, I'll have to increase that. but वो हो जाएगा. Now let me see another machine if we have any machine where we have extra disk, data disk. Jafar bhai, which set did you follow?
Which set means by? Set,
Which
I completed all 4 of them, set 1, 2, 3, 4. For set 1, I used 4 disk and then I added 1 extra disk, which was for Dubai region.
no, which is the machine for where I requested for 10 or 5 disk? Which is the machine for that?
It is in is UAE region.
No, what is the machine's name? Like, okay, let me check.
Okay.
This is your machine, right? Is it your
Yes,
machine?
yes, sir. Yes, yes. This is, I think, set 3, I guess, if I'm not wrong. UAE North, yeah.
Okay, you created one availability set also. Good, I see that. I'll check that later. But Northeast. Okay, fine.
Yeah,
Separate
UAE North,
cleaners you had to create. Let me check this again. I'll open my assignment. I hope you guys are getting it. Whoever has worked, whoever has not yet worked, I hope you guys are getting it, right? What are we trying to do here? I hope you at least open that assignment ka Excel file, and because guys, unless you do it, unless you read this, you will not be able to portray it in your interview. You won't be able to answer unless you do it. Okay, so you have done all of them, right? So set 2, in fact set 1 also says I need 5 disk, 10 GB each. So which is your machine for set 1, Jafar bhai? Which is your
from
machine
set
for set 1? Right.
Just a moment, I'll just tell you. Just a second. From set 1, machine is
See guys, do you understand now why do I ask you to follow a naming convention? I told you you don't have to follow my naming convention, but you could have used something like this. I hope you
prod
understand now.
VM1. Prod VM1 is the machine.
This one? Okay, let's check.
Yes. This is set 1.
Okay, but are you getting it, guys? Now that how it works, that why the naming convention is so important. See, itne se machines mein, I think there are hardly 4 or 5 machine Jafar bhai has, but itne se mein kitna sara confusion create ho gaya. Instead of this, if he would have used a naming convention that for set 1, if he would have said let's say session 31, session 32, or assignment or task, anything, hyphen set 1 hyphen VM001. If you're creating 2 VMs in set 1 hyphen VM001 and VM002, set 2. So try to follow that. It will make your life easier. Okay, let's say in this one here I have asked for data disk 5, but I see only 1 data disk. I hope you're getting it. The request says I should have
5 disk.
5 disks.
Total 5 disk. So bhai, when I selected this machine at that point in time, I got 4 GB RAM, 2 CPUs with 4 disks. So what I did, I added 1 extra data disk and made it 5.
No. Okay, go to your arrange. Anyone who can answer this question, anyone who understood what Jafar's issue, what is my request is, okay. Follow this, guys. If you are not getting it, let me know. Okay, so the request is Jafar will bait set 1 or set 2, anything. Okay, we're just taking
Set
to this
1.
one. Bait set 1 or set 2, that is fine. I am saying I want 5 disks. Okay, I want 5 disks, 10 GB each. Okay, now you are saying that you saw a machine which has 4 disks and you added 1 extra disk, right? That's you are saying. So who was that? Was it Amit?
Yes, right. So I think the size is nothing but a skeleton. It's asking you to what will be the maximum limit of disk you can add. So Jafar, I think you selected 4. So you have to add manually 4 within the machine. So it won't automatically add, right?
Right, partially correct, but you won't have to select that one also, because Jafar bhai, I am saying I want 5 extra disk. Okay, 5 data disk मैंने mention किया उसमें. OSS तो
Okay.
वैसे ही है. So 4 वाला
Why?
आपको ऐसे लेना ही नहीं है. First thing, you will have to take a size which is supporting more than 5 or 5 disk. जहां तक भी 5 का है
Okay.
वो. And just because it says 5 disk, that does not mean you will get automatically 5 disk. It means it has a capacity of supporting 5 disk. You will have to add those disks.
I got confused over there. So when I tried selecting this configuration, what I did, I selected 2 CPUs as per the requirement, 4 GB RAM, and I took 4 disk option, and then added 1 data disk so that it makes it complete 5 disks.
Right. So no, that is not the concept. Now I'll tell you what you have done is you have selected this machine. It means that you're getting 2 virtual CPU, you're getting 4 GB RAM, and it means that you are getting a capacity of 4 disks. This does not mean you are getting 4 disks, and the disk which you have added, that is not your 5th disk. The disk which you have added, it is one of these 4 disks. आपके पास capacity है 4 disk add करने का. अभी आपने सिर्फ ये 4 disk में से एक disk add की है. इसमें आप अभी maximum और 3 disk add कर पाओगे. तो 5 वाला capacity आप वैसे इसमें fulfill नहीं कर पाओगे. So in this case, you should have taken this size. ठीक है. इसमें जो है कुछ ना कुछ mismatch होगा. I have been telling you this. This is not only in practice. ऐसा नहीं कि practice में इसलिए mismatch हो रहा है. हमेशा कुछ ना कुछ mismatch होने ही वाला है. So आपको एक नियर बाय एक बैलेंस्ड सोल्यूशन देना होता है. डोंट वरी, यू गाइस डोंट हैव टू डू इट. ये आप लोगों को सब कुछ आता है एलएलडी में, बट आई वांट यू टू अंडरस्टैंड द लॉजिक. द मोर यू अंडरस्टैंड, इट विल बी इजियर फॉर यू टू अप्लाई फॉर एन इंटरव्यू, गिव एन इंटरव्यू, अटेम्प्ट द इंटरव्यू एंड वर्क. उसके बाद काम करना उससे ज्यादा आसान होगा वंस यू अंडरस्टैंड द लॉजिक्स बिहाइंड इट. सिर्फ मतलब एक आ गया उसके बेस पे आप दो आपके पास इंस्ट्रक्शंस आ गए और कॉपी पेस्ट कर रहे हो, देन दैट इज नॉट एनहांसिंग योर स्किल्स. Right? Hence I'm explaining things, otherwise ये आप लोगों का काम नहीं होगा. Don't worry, but try to understand it. बहुत basic concepts है. आपका काम नहीं है तो भी अगर आप 5-6 सालों से if you're claiming कि 2 साल से मैं कर रहा हूँ deployment engineer, तो ये समझ में आ जाता है वैसे. So is it clear, Jafar and anyone else? I'm sure ये बस जाफर का सामने आ गया इसलिए है. I'm sure other people will also have doubts like this. Just because it is written here कि यहाँ पर 4 disk है. Sorry. Just because it is written here that there are 4 disks here, that does not mean कि आपको मशीन के साथ automatically 4 डिस्क बन के मिल जाएंगे. नहीं, that is not the case. इसका मतलब है कि आपकी मशीन की कैपेसिटी है other than OS, आप 4 डिस्क लगा सकते हो. And how can you put this? While creating. अब इसके पहले जगह जो प्रैक्टिकल हम लोगों ने देखा वो while creating you can add a disk. तो उस हिसाब से अगर आपको 5 डिस्क चाहिए थी तो you should have taken this one, जहां पर आपकी 8 सपोर्ट कर रही है. 8 में से आप 5 यूज करोगे, 3 का प्रोविजन पड़ा रहेगा. ठीक है. But in this case, let's say 4 की capacity. So who could give me the complete solution? Now what can be done? The client is adamant he wants 5 disks. So what can be done? Anyone? What can be done here? The machine is not into production. वो बोल रहा है ठीक है मैं कल ये करूंगा, मुझको आप इसको सुधार कर दो. So what can be done? Who could tell me? Maybe Sumaya, Khalid, Juhi, or Riaz, one of you
We
guys.
can change the size, right? We just discussed. We can change the size because here we are increasing the size. Instead of 4 RAM, if we select 7 RAM, we will be able to increase the disk. So we will go ahead and we will resize it, correct?
Right. Why would we create a new one, Henty? We can obviously see if you have to go from place 1A to place B, you can go कहीं से भी घूम के जा सकते हो, right? एक area से दूसरे area, but the shortest way. Why would we create a new one? Yes, I hope you got it. But is it the only solution? Okay, I resized it now. ये हो गया resize सब कुछ, ठीक है. What next? By the way, resize will most of the time, and I would say always, it will restart the machine. तो अगर ये production की machine है तो you'll have to take time, change वगैरह book करना होगा. That is a different process. Technical method यही होगा, process एक लंबा follow करना होगा. But this is a new server which you are creating and you promised कि ठीक है Wednesday तक चाहिए, आपने Monday को ही deliver कर दिया, but उसमें कुछ flaw आ गया, कुछ error आ गया. So you can do this कि ठीक है ये server कहीं पर चल नहीं रहा. So ठीक है, you resize the machine. Is it the only thing we had to do? अभी capacity तो दे दिया आपने. What was your request? Was your request that I need a machine with this capacity, or was your request that they need these many disks? What is the request here?
request for 5 disks.
Exactly. So what will be the next step now? Now the capacity, we have increased the capacity. Now what is the
Now
next?
we need to add 5 disks
Exactly. From where can we add?
in the disk
We will go to
section.
disk. Yeah,
Okay.
below that there is a add.
Yes, we'll do that first.
Create-
Let this get applied.
create.
It's still being applied. So I hope you guys are getting it, right?
Yes.
और सपोर्ट में बेसिक काम आप लोगों का कई बार यही आता होगा कि इस मशीन को रिसाइज कर दो, उस मशीन में एक डिस्क बढ़ा दो, इस मशीन का एक डिस्क कम कर दो, इसका रैम बढ़ा दो, उसका सीपीयू बढ़ाना है। ये सारे टास्क आपको आते होंगे। एंड इंटरव्यू यू कैन से इट, बहुत आराम से आप बोल सकते हो कि किस तरह के टास्क आते थे आपको। सो this is the pattern of my work which I follow in my current company or which I used to do. या इस तरह के टास्क हम लोगों को आते हैं that we resize machine. तब if you are saying that you resize machines, मतलब दिन में 1 से 2 टास्क आते होंगे आपके पास, you are working from last 3 to 4 years का आप एक्सपीरियंस बता रहे हो, if you are expecting that package, तो उसमें आपसे एक्सपेक्टेशन होता है ना, कोई भी जरूर ये पूछ लेगा, अच्छा ऐसा होता तो then what are the families of virtual machine size do we have? तब you should not be blank. ये थोड़ा बहुत तो आप लोगों को याद होना चाहिए that we have general purpose, we have compute, हम लोगों ने उस दिन जो देखा था, and you will only learn this when you continuously go to this portal and try to create something or do something. ठीक, ये जनरल पर्पस है, इसके नीचे कंप्यूट ऑप्टिमाइज होगा, मेमोरी ऑप्टिमाइज्ड होगा, सुपर कंप्यूटर होगा, जिस भी तरह के ये दिस इज कॉल्ड फैमिली. सो दिस इज कॉल्ड फैमिली, व्हाटएवर इट इज, थोड़ा बहुत याद होना चाहिए. नॉट एग्जैक्टली, दे आर नॉट एक्सपेक्टिंग यू टू मग इट अप, इतना सारे ये आपसे एक्सपेक्टेड भी नहीं कि आप इसको पूरा याद कर लो. एंड यू सी हाउ मच टाइम इट टेक्स. सो इफ समवन इज आस्किंग कि ठीक है अगर ये होता है रिसाइजिंग आप करते थे तो कितनी देर का डाउन टाइम देते हैं, व्हाट विल यू से, कितने टाइम का डाउन टाइम लगेगा, व्हाट डू यू थिंक? लेट्स से दिस वाज अ प्रोडक्शन मशीन, आपको एप्लीकेशन ओनर से एक डाउन टाइम मांगना है, डाउन टाइम विंडो मांगना है. सो व्हाट वुड बी द डाउन टाइम विंडो यू थिंक लुकिंग एट दिस? अब ये कितनी छोटी सी मशीन है, इस पे कोई खास चीजें नहीं लगी है आसपास, कोई और डिपेंडेंसी नहीं है, तो मुझको 2-4 को ईमेल नहीं करना था. कंसिडरिंग दैट, लेट्स से दैट दिस इज अ लाइव सिनेरियो, सो व्हाट डू यू गाइस थिंक कितने देर का वक्त लगेगा इसको?
Maybe a day.
नहीं, डे तो बहुत ज्यादा है, 1 घंटा या 2 घंटा काफी है ताकि आप सब टीम को ईमेल कर दोगे. 1 डे का कोई डाउन टाइम देगा भी नहीं आपको, कोई भी प्रोडक्शन सर्वर का ओनर 1 डे का टाइम बिल्कुल नहीं देगा. 1 डे तो अपग्रेड में भी नहीं मिलता है, आप पूरा का पूरा अपग्रेड कर रहे हो, माइग्रेट कर रहे हो ना, उसमें भी 1 डे नहीं मिलेगा आपको डाउन टाइम. 1 डे का डाउन टाइम बहुत ज्यादा क्रूशियल चीज है, लाइक 1 आवर और 2 आवर. अभी यहाँ पर हम लोगों को आई थिंक 10 मिनट लगेगा इसको ये करने में, बट जब ये लाइव एनवायरनमेंट में होता है, प्रोडक्शन एनवायरनमेंट में, तो कुछ चीजें पहले आपको इसकी सारी चीजें नोट करके रखनी पड़ती है. व्हेनेवर यू रीसाइजिंग इट, उससे पहले इस पे रिमोट से लॉगिन कर लो, डिस्क के सारे ये चेक कर लो, किसको कौन सा लेटर असाइन है डिस्क को, वो चेक कर लीजिए, इसका आईपी एड्रेस क्या है वो चेक कर लीजिए, ये सारी डिटेल्स. एग्जांपल, यू विल लॉग इन टू दिस मशीन फर्स्ट, आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग यू द प्रोसेस, तो इंटरव्यू में आप लोग के लिए इजी होगा बताना कि ठीक है ये टास्क आता तो क्या करते थे आप लोग, हाउ यू यूज्ड टू डील विद दिस. So you can say that I used to log into this machine or I log into that machine taking via RDP. How do we take RDP? We have seen that already. IP वगैरह से RDP लेते हैं. Then I'll take a screenshot of this. उन सबको संभाल के रखोगे screenshot को कि किस डिस्क को ये कौन सा लेटर दे रखा था. Now this is my personal machine. यहाँ पर लेटर का कोई बहुत बड़ा वैल्यू नहीं है. Why not? क्योंकि ये E से D भी हो जाएगा, मुझको कोई खास फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. मैं जाके डबल क्लिक करूंगा, चेक कर लूंगा, ओके ये हो गया, कोई बात नहीं. बट जब लाइव एनवायरनमेंट होता है तो ये एक एक लेटर बहुत फर्क पड़ता है. व्हाई डू यू थिंक दैट? व्हाई डू यू थिंक दिस लेटर मैटर्स? लेटर और नाम, हर चीज, एक स्पेस एंड या फिर वो एम्परसेंड वाला एंड हो, व्हाई डू यू थिंक इट मैटर्स? Yes guys, why do you think it matters? Anyone?
User access to the disk.
Yes, बहुत सारी चीजें होती है, यूजर का एक्सेस, दूसरे एप्लीकेशन की डिपेंडेंसी. सो इफ देयर इज एनी स्क्रिप्ट रिटन लाइक दिस, लेट्स से इस तरह की कोई भी स्क्रिप्ट लिखी होगी ना कहीं पर भी, सो इस स्क्रिप्ट में एक पाथ दिया जाता है कि इफ समवन इज क्लिकिंग ऑन दिस वन देन यहाँ से डेटा पुल हो जाना चाहिए. अब वो डेटा पुल होने की स्क्रिप्ट कैसे लिखी होगी पता है? ये बैकस्लैश के साथ यहाँ पर मे बी डी ड्राइव लिखा होगा और उसका नाम लिखा होगा. नाउ इफ आई चेंज दिस डी टू ई, तो ये डेटा ही पुल नहीं कर पाएगा. Are you guys getting it? मतलब एक छोटा सा चेंज वहां पर और आपका पूरा वेबसाइट क्रैश हो सकता है, बहुत सारी चीजें इसमें ये हो सकती है, डेटा एक्सेसिबल नहीं होगा, कुछ भी काम नहीं हो पाएगा. इज इट क्लियर? दैट इज द रीजन कि लेटर जो है काफी इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है यहाँ पर. सो यू मेक श्योर यू लॉग इन टू दैट. एंड उसके बाद एक और चीज कौन सा ये करोगे आप? आईपी एड्रेस. क्यों आईपी एड्रेस? मे बी मशीन रीबूट होने के बाद आईपी चला जाता है कई बार, So you will make sure that you take IP config and you copy paste this. या फिर और डिटेल में चाहिए तो IP config /alt कमांड आपसे कोई नहीं पूछने वाला, बट आप ये सब उसको बोल सकते हो कि हाँ ये सारे स्टेप्स हम करते थे, तो ये फील आता है दैट यू गाइस आर एक्चुअली वर्किंग। मतलब बुक्स के स्टेप्स पढ़ना एक अलग चीज है और इस तरह से उसको बताना एक अलग चीज है। सो यू कैन से दैट हम उसके IP की डिटेल्स लेकर रख लेते थे, हम उसके डिस्क की डिटेल्स लेकर रख लेते थे। ये सब करने के बाद वी यूज्ड टू रीसाइज द मशीन। तो क्या होता है इससे कि कुछ अगर गड़बड़ हो जाए तो एटलीस्ट यू कैन गो बैक टू द ओरिजिनल पोजीशन, और आप ज्यादा एक बैकअप भी लेके रख सकते हो, वो भी कर सकते हो, बहुत ही ज्यादा क्रूशियल मशीन है। तो ऑल दीज थिंग्स यू कैन डू। ठीक है, इट इज टेकिंग टाइम, लेट्स मूव टू नेक्स्ट मशीन मीनवाइल। So we have seen कि OS disk किस तरह से increase की जा सकती है। Can we decrease the OS disk, guys?
No.
How many time can we resize, or do we have some attempts? No, ऐसा कोई attempt नहीं, आप कितनी भी बार resize कर लो, कोई issue नहीं है। Okay, we cannot decrease OS disk. We can increase the OS disk, and let's talk about data disk. So let's see if data disk is, if it can be increase or decrease. What do you think, guys? Can it be decreased and increased? Data disk.
Data disk, I guess we can.
Okay, let's check. Increase to definitely, we have already seen that. Let's see if we can decrease it. Any VM which has multiple disks. I can add a disk here, but I just wanted to see if there is any. Okay, so I think Jafar bhai, it's not only Jafar, one more. Sana, you have also created, right? So this is your machine. Task 2. So the size. I think on your machines do not have disk. So guys, I think disk को लेकर आप लोगों को थोड़ा सा confusion है, because major errors मुझको सबके disk में ही मिले। किसी ने disk add नहीं की है, किसी ने disk अगर add की है तो SSD और HDD का ध्यान नहीं रखा है, किसी ने 16 GB वो convert नहीं कर पाया कोई इसको। Okay. So let's say that I'm adding a 20 GB disk here. It's simple, guys. You can come here and increase and decrease. जैसे यहाँ पर हम लोगों ने decrease किया है, it's successfully added. तो वैसे ही आप यहाँ पर आ सकते हो, जो भी आपका डिस्क है उसको सेलेक्ट कर सकते हो एंड यू कैन डिक्रीज इट। ठीक है, डेटा डिस्क कैन बी इंक्रीज एंड डिक्रीज। लेट मी सी अगर कुछ चेंजेस है तो। मीनवाइल आई वाज रीडिंग दैट इट कैन नॉट बी डिक्रीज, आई विल हैव टू चेक, बट यू कैन कम हियर। सो व्हाट इज द करंट साइज नाउ? 20 GB we have. Let's see if we can make it to 8 GB. I think we can't. Let's see. 20 GB, yes, that is the correct size. If you see, resize option is not available here. 20 से 16 GB करते हैं, नहीं हो रहा है। We'll see if this machine is on. These are the basic troubleshooting steps you guys can also work, or you can say in interview कि कुछ नहीं हो रहा है, the machine is running. I'll stop this machine and then I'll see if I can decrease the size. Increase, yes, running machine में भी हम इसको increase कर सकते हैं, but operating system disk running machine में भी ना decrease की जा सकती है ना increase की जा सकती है. Anything needs to be changed in operating system disk, you will have to shut down the machine. And this machine is still resizing. And you see if the machine is currently running, change sizes will cause to be restarted, stopping the virtual machine. And reveal additional sizes. Okay, it has been resized now. So how to add disk? You go here. और हम इसको भी resize यहीं से करके देख ले। I hope you guys are not getting confused, right? I'm playing with two machines, so you guys are getting it. ये जाफर भाई की मशीन, इसको हमने resize किया, जहाँ पे यूजर ने 5 डिस्क मांगे थे, एक ऑलरेडी है, now we can add 4 more. ठीक है, so this is because he requested 10 GB, 10 GB, 10 GB and 10 GB, and he requested 5.1, and I can see here, so let me see if I can resize this machine now. So resize this disk now. It doesn't give an option to resize. That one at least. We'll see for this one. ट्वेंटी से हम ट्राई करते हैं 10, 20 से हम ट्राई करते हैं 30. तो ठीक है guys, can you see that decreasing the size is not optional? Clear है? Be it data disk or OS disk, we cannot decrease it. Can you see it? Decrease पे आते ही ये हो रहा है. So we cannot decrease a data disk or OS disk, but we can increase both of them. For OS disk to be increased, we need machine to be shut down. And for data disk, we can do that in running status. Is it clear to all of you? Anyone has any doubt before we start with our next topic and panel here? Anyone has any doubt?
Just a question, sir.
Yes.
So just in case for practical 2, when we were creating zones, if just in case we create a machine without a zone and later decide to move it to one of the zones, that is possible?
Who can answer that from old batch we had? This is one of the interview questions. Do we have anyone? Jafar bhai, do you know this? Jafar, do we have? Yes, Kumel, do you know this?
I am not sure.
Yeah, we cannot put it once it is created. We cannot put it into an availability zone.
What about availability set?
Yeah, availability set is always there. That option is there.
No, one machine I
so-
created. One machine I created without an availability set, and now I want that machine to be a part of availability set. Can I do that?
I guess no.
Yes, definitely no. A virtual machine once created, it cannot be a part of an availability set. हमको फिर से नया बनाना पड़ेगा. Availability zones is something different. Yes, we can do that. थोड़ा सा tricky ये है. See if you let's say if it gives an option to get it is only resource, moving the resource group. We'll have to use Azure mover. Guys, this is about to finish. Let me stop this and we'll start a new session at 17:15. I'll take a break of 5 minutes and we'll start at 17:15. And then we'll start from the left menu. I'm stopping it now.